top kid is tiny.
Life is nowhere. Life is nowhere. Life is nowhere. Life is nowhere.
Made it to Bangkok without any hassle. Got a couple of pad thai in us. Going back to our hotel and gonna try and get over some of this jet lag. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll have a nice new fresh day to explore. See how it goes. Kapunka. Greetings from Bangkok. We arrived here 2 days ago now from China. We're in Shanghai. I know that's a scary word right now. Really, we were in Shanghai for less than 24 hours. It was a connecting flight. We booked this trip just before Christmas. That was our family Christmas present. Instead of getting a bunch of small, meaningless items, we decided we would get one big item for everyone, and that was a trip. We haven't been on a family trip since Ecuador, and it was time. So we booked this trip just before Christmas. We wanted to have a little bit of time in China, so we connected in Shanghai. We had a 20-hour layover in Shanghai, and then we flew from there to Bangkok. We got an Airbnb in Shanghai, so we went into the airport, and I guess really let's start at the start. About a week before we left for this trip, all the news started breaking about coronavirus. We kind of left the day before it got really crazy. When we left, there wasn't any sort of travel bans, or there wasn't any. There was just use caution, exercise caution. And we were weighing the pros and cons, and we thought, well, we really didn't plan on being in Shanghai very long, so we went ahead with it. When we got to the airport on the morning of the trip, we asked them about the flight. We said, is the flight full? What's the flight looking like? She said there was 300 people booked for the flight, more than 300 people, and most had canceled, and it was down to less than 100 that were making the trip. That was a little unnerving, but it was too late at that point, so we ended up getting a free seat for Atlas, which helped us quite a bit. Traveling with a 1-year-old is intense, and we weren't sure how he was going to handle such a long flight, and it turns out he handled it very well. He slept a lot of time. He had his own seat so he could lie down and get comfortable, and that was very helpful. The flight was 13 hours, and we went with China Eastern Air. It was a great flight. It was smooth. They had great movies, great food, friendly staff. It was everything we could have hoped for. When we got to Shanghai, we got into the airport and we weren't sure what to expect. And really, we walked through a screening area. We had to fill out a health declaration form saying nobody was having any respiratory issues or anything like that. And then from there, we walked through these sensors that would test everyone for fevers and anything like that. And once you get through there, you just go through customs, and everything was just like any other time. China has a really cool thing. for Canadians. I'm not sure if it's for your country, but for our country, we can get, instead of having to purchase a visa for China, they issue a free visa for anyone traveling up to 144 hours. So that's 6 days. Since we were there for 20 hours, we qualified. So we went to the counter to get our 24-hour free visa, which allowed us outside the airport to explore China. You have to stay within the province that the visa is issued for. So we had to stay in and around Shanghai. We only had 20 hours. We weren't going anywhere. We had booked an Airbnb from a lovely woman named Amy, and it was an apartment on the 26th floor of a hotel. It was overlooking the Bund, overlooking the river. It had beautiful views, and it was great. So to get there, after we got our visa issued, in the Shanghai airport, in Pudong airport, they have a maglev train, and this is one of the, if not the fastest commercial train on the planet. So at peak time, it travels, I think, 417 kilometers an hour or 416 kilometers an hour. When we were on it, it peaked at 302 kilometers an hour. It was very incredible. It's very easy to find. There's signs all throughout the Shanghai airport. You just follow the signs. It's a long walk from the terminal that we were in, but you get there and it's very quick. You buy your ticket, you walk through the turnstile, and then boom, you're on the train, and it's an 8-minute journey from the beginning to the end of the line. So we took the maglev train to the end. Like I said, we got up to 302 kilometers an hour. Then we got off and we got a taxi from there to our apartment. The taxi drive was beautiful. We got to see all the incredible skyline of Shanghai. It's all these buildings they lit up. They're like TV screens. And so everything was colorful and lit up, and it was just a really great sight. Once we got to our apartment, we saw the view overlooking the river and the Bund again. And it was just to see the whole skyline in one shot. It was really something special. So we obviously were a little concerned, so we didn't go anywhere outside of the apartment. We just stayed in our apartment. We had lots of hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol, wipes. We showered like crazy. We were just constantly keeping clean. We tried to get masks. Masks were sold out everywhere we went to. So we didn't get masks, but like I said, we had all different sanitization methods, and we stayed in the apartment. We had a great night. There was a restaurant on the 15th floor of the hotel. We went down there and they made us, they had the chef on site. He made us our meals. We didn't eat from the menu per se. We're vegetarians, and so they made us our own custom meal, and it was delicious and never ending. The restaurant overlooked the same skyline, but it was daytime, and it was beautiful to see the colonial buildings and the futuristic buildings on the other side of the river in the financial district. Epic. I have to go back to China and spend some more time there. Incredible place. I really feel for the people and what's going on in China right now. It's a scary situation, and I hope that it gets better soon. I don't even know what to say. The impact is huge, and if you have lost someone because of this, my heart goes out to you. At Khao Road, the one and only. Doing some upgrades. Never thought I'd see the day. We're gonna go take a walk, see what Khao has to offer. But from there, we went back to the airport. We went through the screening again. We got on a flight 20 hours later going to Bangkok, Thailand. That was another, I think the flight was 4 hours, something like that. And it was another beautiful flight. It was awesome looking out the window and getting to see even more of China. And then we landed in Thailand, and it was, what time did we land? 6:30, something like that. So we immediately took a bus from the airport in Bangkok to Khao Road. We got dropped off by the bus at Khao Road. Then we took a cab the rest of the way to our hotel. It ended up being very close and very quick. We got checked in, and then we had enough time to go over and explore Khao and get a pad thai for dinner. I'm not gonna lie, I had 2 pad thai. I pigged out. I've been to Thailand before. I love the street food is amazing. So we all indulged. We enjoyed our first night here, and then we got hit very hard by the jet lag. So every night we've been here, I think everybody's been in bed before 8 p.m. Atlas was really struggling at first, getting used to the time change. I mean, how do you explain that to a 1-year-old, right? It was not easy for him. But he's well adjusted now. He slept the full night last night. He seems like a much happier guy. He's actually having a nap right now just outside the door. Everyone's adjusting. The jet lag is getting less intense, and now we're preparing to leave Bangkok tonight. We looked at so many options. We were going to go to Phuket originally. Now we've decided to go to Krabi. Reason being, I've been to Phuket. Phuket is a wild place, but it's more of a party place. And because we're traveling with the family, that's not really what we're looking for this time. So we decided to go to Krabi because we heard that had more of a family vibe. It's a long journey and a difficult journey to make last minute. Thailand, things book up very quickly, and I don't plan too much in advance. So it's been kind of tricky finding transportation to Krabi directly. It was a long journey, and instead we decided we're going to go to, I think it's called Champon, and we've booked a hotel there, and we've booked a bus that leaves at 10 p.m. tonight. So we're going to take an overnight bus. Hopefully Atlas will get some good rest on there, and all of us will get some good rest on there, and we'll get to Champon at 6 a.m., and then we will drop our things off at our hotel. If we can check in early, fantastic. If not, we will just ask them to store our luggage, and we'll go kind of explore the area. There's supposed to be very nice beaches and lots of things for families to do. Great restaurants. We'll see what it has to offer. That's where we're heading tonight. So I think for now, maybe I'll get another pad thai. That's all I have for now. Great to touch base with you guys again. And remember, life is now here. Get out there, live it.
Life is nowhere. Life is nowhere. Life is now here. Life is now here.